We will be making decisions about what to do for school with our son. We live in the city of Chicago. I've been on the board of a school in Chicago for the last 10 years that some of you may have heard of, called Providence St. Mel. Providence St. Mel has graduated 100% of its students and sent 100% of them to college for the last 10 years. These are students who all come from low-income neighborhoods and all come in with low test scores and all come out with high test scores. And what's most obnoxious about what's been going on in Washington over the last 8 years, where they control so much of our federal education dollars, is that they have insisted on a very rigid, one-dimensional approach that prompts teachers in these schools that receive the money to teach to tests that just are about rote memorization. It's not about the approach that you see at Providence St. Mel, of high expectations from beginning to end, support for teachers, about creativity, about innovation, and about more than just teaching to a rote memorization test. We need a more nuanced and more multidimensional approach that produces results, because the Providence St. Mel approach is not a one-size-fits-all, one-dimensional test. So we need, on all these issues, if we have a Republican in the Senate from Illinois, we will not be getting support on these issues. And so it is critically important that we have a progressive in this seat. But I can tell you for sure that being progressive is not going to be enough to win this race. We are going to need to have a candidate who also meets two important criteria. Number one, we are going to need a candidate who, pure and simple, takes the corruption issue off the table. We simply cannot afford to have a candidate who allows the Republicans to attack us based on Blagojevich, based on Tony Rezko, or based on any of these other problem players. Not only do I have no connection to them, not only have I never met them, not only have I not been involved with them, but my entire public service career has been about being independent of the political establishment and being a leader for reform and clean government as an independent. As mentioned, I have been the Inspector General of the City of Chicago for the last 4 years. That's the only independent anti-corruption office. And I can tell you that quite often we were on the opposite side of the machine and City Hall trying to take them on and fight against the corruption problems we've seen too much of. And I'll tell you what, corruption is, for me, a social justice issue, just as it was for Bobby Kennedy when he fought against corruption. Because it is the people on the low end of the economic spectrum who don't get the benefits of the system when the system is corrupt.